This is episode 89. G'day and welcome to the My Voice Notes series. This series came about because of you. So thank you. I was receiving feedback on how you enjoy the realness and rawness of my show and that you connect with my stories and experiences. So I decided to bite my fear on the bum and share with you my most personal series yet. I spend a lot of time reflecting and I usually record my thoughts in my phone, sort of like a journal, and now you will have access to that. Please leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy this series, because my intention is to inspire you to break free of anything that holds you back and to know that you are not alone. All right, buckle up. Here we go. Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the Voice Note series. Today, I'm going to give you 7 handy tips when it comes to dating on apps. Yep, dating on those bloody apps. I have friends that have been dating on apps for years, and I never sort of began because just didn't feel comfortable dating on apps. However, I've downloaded them and I still haven't drummed up the courage to actually chat to someone, except for my friends that are on there, and that's great. You'll hear in the voice note why, so stay tuned for that. But before that voice note, let me give you 7 handy tips when it comes to dating on apps. The first one is to be honest about who you are. For example, your photos. Don't choose the best one that you've got, from about 7 years ago. Just be real, just be yourself, and just show who you are. And be proud of who you are instead of falling victim to not feeling good enough or comparing yourself. Like, who cares? It's a dating app. And you don't want the pressure of having that picture in someone's mind when it doesn't really look like you anymore, or it's hiding certain parts of you. And be honest about your values. So if you start to chat to someone, be honest about your core values. So that's out there in the open. For example, if faith is something really important to you, then make that known straight away, because you don't want to be wasting time chatting to someone when really you are walking into disaster because one of your core values just don't align. Number 2 is don't take it personally if you're ghosted. Dating apps are notorious for ghosting. And if you haven't heard of the term ghosting, then lucky you. But ghosting just means when someone stops communicating with you for no reason and they don't give you one. And there's so many reasons why this happens. 1, they might actually be in a relationship and they're off the app. 2, they've just started a new relationship and they're off the app. 3, they could just be an egg and not messaging you because maybe they're interested in someone else or not interested in you, or whatever their reason might be. So don't take it personally like something is wrong with you if someone ghosts you. If someone ghosts you, then you just weren't a priority for them, or they're just eggs, Yeah, don't take it personal, because a few of my friends have been ghosted on apps, and it's just like there's so much noise. There is so much noise on dating apps that it's hard to remember who you're talking to, who you need to say what to. You might have slipped through the cracks of someone's chats because they're talking to that many people. Don't take it personally if you're ghosted, and don't believe as well that you're the only person they're talking to. Okay, because I can guarantee you, if they're on an app, they're talking to more than one person. Maybe this is a judgment, and they could potentially be on other apps as well because there's so many. heard somewhere that, if you're dating on an app and you find an app that you sort of resonate with, it's good to pay for that app. I haven't, and I swear that I won't. But I was reading an article on people that have had success on dating apps, and I remember one of the points was to pay for the dating app if that app has the potential people that you're sort of after. Number 3 is be clear on what you want. So from the start, from the get-go, again, so no one's wasting each other's times. Like if you are someone that wants a long-term relationship, or if you want children, or if you want someone that doesn't smoke cigarettes, just be honest and super clear on what it is that you want, because one, you're online, so it's so easy to assert all of these boundaries and all of these non-negotiables when it comes to you in a relationship. And if you're not clear on what you want, then I suggest you spend some time writing it down and figuring out exactly what you want. What do you want from this dating app? Do you want something casual? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to get married? Whatever it is, just be clear and have an intention and a purpose for going on the app, so that you don't spend all of your day on the app waiting for a message or a like or whatever it is. Number 4 is know when to let go of that person. So sometimes someone comes into our space, into our life on the app, and you totally dig this person. And then you might have gone on a date or two, and all of a sudden they're not texting back, i.e. they're ghosting you. If someone really wants to be with you, they will make it obvious that they really want to get to know you. So instead of clinging on or asking for reasoning, just know when to let go. Okay, so if someone hasn't contacted you in a timely manner, then just let them go. What is that time? I mean, that's up to you. Some people, it could be a few days. Some people, it could be a week. But if it goes on for a long time, then most probably they've moved on and they're starting to ghost. Number 5 is to be open-minded. So we all have our ideal list, the tall, dark, handsome, fit person. But be open-minded when it comes to meeting someone on an online dating app, because sometimes what we want can be getting in the way of a really beautiful potential partner. I'll just leave it at that. Just be open-minded. Don't be so set in stone with all these boxes that they have to tick. As long as your values align, that's pretty much an indicator that the relationship will be successful. Number 6, take breaks on the app. If you've been on for a long time and you're trigger happy, you got RSI on your thumb from swiping, take a break for a week or so. I think I get on the apps like once a week, once every 2 weeks. I don't really remember. It's sometimes just when I'm bored or when I'm in those moments, because if you're single, you get these moments where you're alone and you're lonely, and sometimes just a few swipes for a set amount of time is all I need to fill myself back up. And number 7 is chat to your friends about it. So don't be embarrassed that you're on dating apps. Some people might hold some shame for some reason. It's what people are doing now. I mean, we've had lockdowns and it's still so weird to go out. Lots of people, it's just not the same as it was. Like you used to be able to meet people going out and stuff. So if you need some support, just tell your friends about it. I love chatting about dating apps to everyone that is on them, because it's what really inspired this episode. So don't feel foreign that you're on a dating app. Don't feel like it's the wrong thing to do or the wrong way to meet people. It's actually one of the better ways to meet people. It's just, it would be great if there was some sort of function on the app, the free ones, where you could like narrow out more things, because it's flooded, it's drowning with people. And yeah, don't feel flustered, okay, if you just are constantly swiping. Like it might just be you're just constantly swiping and you're like, you know what, no one matches. So go back to being open-minded and maybe just treating it more like a friendship instead of a relationship at the start, and just having chats with people to just, I don't know, get some ball rolling if you're not having any success. And I hope those tips help. Don't stress about anything and just remember to be you, be proud of you, and let that shine through. Have a listen to the voice note on another little handy tip as well. Here we go.
Dating sucks. I have a lot of friends who are dating, single, on dating apps, and whenever I speak to them, I am just so blown away by the rules. Yep, the rules. You can't say this or you'll scare them away. You can't do this. You can't seem too keen. You have to wait for them to reply. You've got to do this. And it just overwhelms me. And it's just all these little games do my head in. So I did activate dating apps. I have never had a conversation with anyone because I don't like the fact that I'm judging someone off their picture and just a few words. I really prefer meeting people organically. The only people that I have chatted to on the dating apps are like my friends that are on there. And they're like, oh, hey, Helen. And I'm like, oh, hey. But I was just reflecting on all these rules and all these games that people play while they're dating, and I understand that it can be frustrating and hard and scary and like you're doing the wrong thing, but if someone can't appreciate you for who you are and can't appreciate your honesty, then take note of the universe saying this person isn't for you. Anyway, you don't have to hold on. You don't have to play these games. You don't have to wait for them to respond. You can send 2 messages. You can be the last one to respond, and you can be the first one to start up a new conversation. That is okay. And just try to release all of these rules that you've put around on, like, dating, because dating should be fun. It should be organic. Yes, there's a lot of temptation now with all these dating apps and stuff, but at the end of the day, if the person that you're speaking to isn't exclusive to you and you feel like, you know, you were exclusive, or if they're ghosting you, then allow that person to release from your life so that a new person can come in, so that you make room and you make space for someone else to come in. Because I was just listening to a Jay Shetty thing, and it was like, do you want someone to stay with you for who you're not, or for lies, all because you were scared of revealing a truth or things that are important to you? One thing that I do when I'm coaching people is we speak about values, and I get everybody to actually do an in-depth work on their values. And with relationships, that's one of the most important areas, because, you know, the quality of your relationship is the quality of your life. And if you don't have a partner, then the quality of your relationship with yourself determines the quality of your life. And in relationships, it's important to know what your values are. So if being honest and vulnerable and having trust is foundational for you in a relationship, then don't skimp out on it in the dating process, all because of these games and rules that people have just made up. They're not true at all. They're just beliefs, they're stories, they're lies. So feel free to be you and just have fun. And if someone doesn't hang around, oh well, let them go. On to the next one. So don't feel like you're being rejected all the time, because dating apps is just insane. There is millions of people on apps. Everyone is talking to everyone. And so don't take it so seriously. Sort of think of that as just a fun thing to do. And hopefully you don't have too much pressure around, like, oh my God, I've got to meet someone, I'm single. Embracing your single life is so good. To be single is so good. And I don't want you to be afraid of being single and alone. You can have so much fun. That's all.
Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy.